If you're an empath, you may have noticed a pattern in your life. Toxic people seem drawn to you like moths to a flame. You walk into a room and, without even trying, the most emotionally wounded, manipulative, or narcissistic person somehow finds you. And instead of repelling them, your energy pulls them in. But why does this happen? And more importantly, how do you stop it? Today, we're going to talk about why empaths attract toxic people, what's happening beneath the surface, and the practical shifts you can make to break the cycle once and for all. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools not just to protect yourself, but to reclaim your energy and relationships. The truth is, toxic people and empaths are like puzzle pieces that fit together all too well. A narcissist, manipulator, or energy vampire is always looking for someone who will give without asking much in return, someone who will listen without judgment, someone who will absorb the blame and smooth over the chaos. And empaths, by nature, provide exactly that. You sense pain in others and immediately want to soothe it. You see past the mask that toxic people wear and notice the brokenness underneath. Instead of focusing on how badly they treat you, you focus on their potential, the person they could become. And in doing so, you unintentionally make yourself the perfect match for someone who thrives on taking advantage of others. It isn't that you consciously choose toxic people. It's that your empathy creates a signal, almost like a beacon, that toxic individuals pick up on. They see in you a bottomless well of compassion, patience, and energy, and they take without hesitation. What often happens is a cycle. In the beginning, the toxic person showers you with attention, charm, or flattery. This is the love-bombing phase, and it feels incredible. For once, it seems like someone truly sees you and values you. But as time goes on, the mask slips. The criticism begins. The manipulation sneaks in. And suddenly you're questioning yourself. Gaslighting makes you doubt your own perceptions. Silent treatments or guilt trips make you feel like you've done something wrong. And because you're an empath, you don't just walk away. You work harder. You absorb their moods, their frustrations, their unhappiness, and you try to fix it. This cycle can repeat for months, years, even decades, unless you make a conscious decision to break it. The first step in stopping the attraction to toxic people is shifting your role. As an empath, you're used to absorbing emotions. You take them in and make them your own. But this is exactly what toxic people rely on. Instead, begin practicing observation. This doesn't mean shutting down your compassion. It means noticing someone's feelings without carrying them, or wearing them, like a snuggly blanket. You might say to yourself, I see their pain, but it's not mine to hold. When you create that separation, toxic people lose their grip because they can no longer manipulate you with emotional chaos. Another key shift is learning to recognize red flags for what they are, without making excuses. Toxic people will show you who they are early on. But empaths often dismiss these warning signs because of their compassion. You might think, they didn't mean it, or they've been hurt before, so I'll be patient. But patience without boundaries is just an open door for exploitation. Instead of rationalizing their behavior, start asking yourself, if this is how they treat me now, is this how I want to feel in a year? In 5 years? That single question can save you from investing deeply in relationships that only drain you. The most powerful tool you have as an empath is boundaries, and I know, boundaries often feel uncomfortable. Saying no might feel harsh, selfish, or even unkind, but the reality is, every no you say to a toxic person is a yes to your own peace and well-being. Boundaries can be as simple as limiting how much time you spend with someone who drains you, refusing to engage in conversations that spiral into manipulation, or choosing to step away instead of explaining yourself endlessly. Remember, toxic people thrive on access. Reduce that access, and you reduce their power over you. Toxic people often sense when someone doubts their own worth, and they use it to their advantage. That's why building inner confidence is crucial. Start reminding yourself daily, you are not responsible for fixing anyone else's wounds. You are allowed to choose peace over chaos. You deserve relationships where love is mutual, and respect is the foundation. When you truly believe this, Toxic people no longer look appealing. Their games become obvious, their charm feels hollow, and instead of falling into the cycle, you naturally gravitate toward healthier, more balanced connections. So, how do you stop attracting toxic people as an empath? And how do you break the pattern for good? Start by shifting from absorber to observer, by learning to recognize red flags and refusing to excuse them. 1. Don't settle for excitement. Narcissists often use love bombing to create extremely intense emotional drama that can feel like passion or excitement. Healthy relationships are often calm and reciprocal, not a dramatic emotional roller coaster. 2. Set and enforce boundaries, even when it feels uncomfortable. Narcissists target people who struggle with boundaries because they are easier to manipulate and rely on external validation. The most powerful shift is recognizing that caring for yourself is not selfish, it is essential. It's important to practice strengthening your self-worth, so you no longer feel the need to prove your value by fixing someone else. 3. Learn to trust your gut. It's your inner alarm. Your intuition is your superpower, but you often override it for politeness or a desire to help. Pay attention to any immediate feelings of dread, anxiety, or physical discomfort, like tension in your stomach when you meet someone new. These are your body's warnings signaling you something isn't right. 4. Build a strong sense of self. A narcissist wants you to doubt your reality. Focus on actions that reinforce your identity and values, know your worth, and demand to be treated accordingly. 5. Identify your blind spots. Often, the attraction to toxic people stems from an attempt to reenact and fix old wounds, especially if you had a narcissistic or codependent parent. Therapy or self-reflection can help you recognize and heal the part of you that keeps seeking out these familiar destructive dynamics. Remember, your empathy is not the problem. It's your superpower. But without boundaries, it becomes a magnet for the wrong people. When you learn to direct that empathy toward yourself first, you stop radiating the signal that toxic people are searching for, and in its place, you begin attracting something entirely different: healthy, supportive, and nourishing relationships that allow you to thrive. If this resonated with you, take a moment to reflect. Where in your life are you absorbing someone else's chaos instead of observing it? What would shift if you chose to release that burden and protect your energy? You don't need to carry toxic people anymore. You are allowed to walk away. You are allowed to say no. And you are allowed to use your empathy to heal yourself, first and foremost. I'm building a community for empaths who want clarity, peace, and stronger boundaries. If that's you, make sure to like this video, subscribe so you don't miss new uploads, and leave a comment sharing your experience. I'll read every single one.